In this video, I am going to discuss social engineering techniques used to deceive us. This image and the infographic I'm going to use now is from the OSI, the Spanish Internet Security Office, and it summarizes very well the different techniques they can use. For example, we can use pretexting, which is using a pretext to make us reveal information, to make us do an action, because the pretext is so simple. It's like saying, hey, I'm your friend, I'm in an airport in Manila, I've run out of money, send me some money, or we need you to give us this information because a message has arrived. Any information that you're asked for without having initiated the transaction over the internet, over the phone, you should be suspicious and not give it. Then there is the issue of extortion. They get some with a deception, a compromising image or a compromising video, and from there they extort you to get more or get money. Phishing is to impersonate something else, are the typical messages that come to you. We are your bank, please give us your password, that would be phishing, or a website that pretends to be something else. Then we have smishing. Phishing, there is a technique called man in the middle, which is a kind of phishing, which in the end what they do is, it is a web that pretends to be another one. So that you, for example, a web that pretends to be Facebook, for example, instead of facebook.com is facebook.co. Then you do not realize that you have not put the M, you enter there, it looks like Facebook, you enter the data, it redirects you to Facebook. So you do not realize, but it has already taken your data. Then we have the baiting. That baiting is bait in English. It is, for example, to put you something that piqued your curiosity or something that might interest you, so that you bite on the bait and want your data. Smishing is like phishing, but by SMS messages through the cell phone, because they try to impersonate someone to trick you. Then we have the dishing, which is with phone calls. Someone who calls you, asks you to reveal your data, tells you a story. That is, they usually mix. Use a pretext, unpaid a pretext, and call you on the phone to get a data. Then we have shoulder surfing, for example, which is looking over your shoulder. But that can happen, for example, in such silly things as in a corporate computer in our office where we leave the session open and we go to the bathroom for a moment or we go to lunch. Well, someone can come in, and if the session is open, they can use our system to get data that otherwise, in fact, there have been sanctions in the public administration for some civil servant who has left the computer open and they have obtained personal data of a person because of that. Then we have the quid pro quo, which are because they give you something, you say, well, here you enter a contest, you enter I don't know what without that. It can be false, it can be true, but in exchange for giving you something, they get your data. The dumpster diving is the typical technique of the detectives to search in the trash, to search in the files that you have deleted, or if you have thrown a computer in the hard disk too, and you have not deleted it, to take out from inside the hard disk that information that in theory is deleted. And social networks have many techniques such as discount coupons, sweepstakes to get your data. So these are social engineering techniques that are often used mixed with each other to get our personal data in order to be able to do some malicious action, using people who normally in the social networks are not able to get your data. Using people that normally in most of the computer attacks, in 80% of the cases, there is some component that has to do with people.